Hey, welcome back to the channel. Got a little something on the bench for you here. So this is my 7-inch ripper. Super fun build so far. If you've been following along at all, you know that I've been having a lot of issues with my 7-inch project. The first frame was absolute garbage. I have a video on that so you can see all the different oscillations that were happening, the BlackBox data before and after. So the old frame that was sent back, and then the new frame, and what the motor noise is looking like on the new frame. And it's been quite a project. So that video is pretty interesting. It shows, it shows the motors just kind of wobbling around and what that does for BlackBox data. And then also I did an unbagging, if you will, an unboxing of this frame. I got this from CNC Madness out of Canada, and it kind of shows the carb and some measurements. And so it's an interesting video. I even went a little further and showed where the components are placed and how much space there is, so you can kind of get a good idea of the frame itself. And in comments, it's kind of interesting also, some of the things that have been said. So those two videos are out. So we're kind of going along those lines. We're going a little further. I really want to get the mechanicals. This is like bone stock Betaflight. And I really want to go further with mechanicals, getting it as quiet as possible. So I haven't touched this thing since I did the BlackBox data before. I'll show that here in a minute. And then I'm going to put some insulators on, and then I'm going to go do some more BlackBox data. So it should be a really cool, interesting video, I hope. I got a theory that it's going to work out. We'll see. Stay tuned. Alright, so we have everything on the bench, and I already have one of these insulators placed in to the motor. So I'll go ahead and zoom on that motor for you. You can kind of see what it looks like inside here. Alright, so you can see just inside here, if I can get the light to kind of shine in there, you can see that this 3D printed part that I've made is sliding right inside there. So it fits nice and neat all the way around, so there's no pieces hanging off, flopping around. And then underneath I have all 4 screws with a 1mm nylon washer. So I've kind of basically insulated this motor from the frame right here, and I'm gonna get the other ones done. Let me go ahead and zoom out for you. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put the other 3 on, get them taken care of. I'll take the 10mm screws out and then replace them with the 12mm screws with our 1mm nylon washer and our 1mm 3D print that I made. Nothing special, just a little ring with some tabs on it. And then I'll go ahead and hover this. Now, just to keep in mind, in case you haven't seen the other video or you're not following along on my channel, this is a Hobby Wing 60 amp with the F7, and then I have my receiver in there. That's it. I've just been flying line of sight, and the 2807 Emax motors, 15,000 kV. Sorry, I said 15,000. I keep thinking about whooping. 1500 kV. And then I'll go ahead and get some BlackBox data of what it did before, with absolutely no changes other than putting these insulators in. Betaflight bone stock 431, and we'll look at what I had before and what I had after, and that'll be the end of that. Alright, so we have our BlackBox data put up on screen here. I tried instead of going like back and forth between the two, I just kind of put them side by side so you can see them. Just a disclaimer right off the bat, I am not a BlackBox guru by any means. So I tried to just match up in the scale here for a quick overview. I'm kind of relatively in the same position on the throttle. The quadcopter's in a hover at the moment in time. This is like a 5-second hover off the floor. So before insulating, so this is after I got the new V3 frame, and this is the data I collected off of it. I was pretty excited because before this was like crazy. I have the zoom set on both of them at 297. And this is after insulating the motors. So just looking at the information here, and you know, just looking at it quickly, I don't see any difference. I don't see any benefit whatsoever here. We'll go to our frequency chart and see how much, you know, how much noise are we getting per second. Obviously we can't really see a whole lot here, so we'll go ahead and amplify that so we can have our brain be able to look at something. Let's go over here to frequency. So over here we have a max motor noise of 122 per second. So 122 vibrations per second. And we can kind of look at the chart here, 123 noises per second. So there's really no difference. It's pretty much identical, except for maybe right in here we don't have as many peaks. So the noise floor is lower here on this one, just by a little bit, but it seems to be kind of full up a little bit right here. So we might even say that the insulation has made the scenario just a little bit worse by one step. Out of 122, we added one step of noise by adding the insulators. So let's look at the frequency versus throttle, and I'm using gyro scaled for this, just looking at the gyro scaled information. You can see the frame resonance right here, which before it was all white. This whole thing before the V4 frame, I have a video out on that, and you can see it's like really bad. Looks like here this is a little sharper, not as full. There's a little bit more here, and then this is kind of interesting. I'm not exactly sure what this is being caused by. Like I said, I'm not an expert, or I'm no Mark Spatz or a developer in BlackBox, but I do recognize patterns is not a good thing. We don't really want to see a pattern in here, but it doesn't seem to be as prevalent here. So maybe it was worth doing something, because one step of vibration isn't that big a deal. But we've killed some of this. I don't know. If you see something in this, let me know. But if you want my honest opinion, paying $8 to Amazon for some screws and washers, and 3D printing some things, and waiting for a couple days to complete my build and stuff just to film this for you, I don't really think it was worth it. I don't think I would do it. I would just put the motors right on the frame and go with it. What's your opinion? Let me know in comments. But hopefully this video helped you out, or answered a question, or got you thinking about something. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you hate it, man, you give me a thumbs down. It all works. Enjoy the breeze.